Communication, you talked about silent count last week. How did you think the offensive line responded with protection, especially in a loud environment?
I think they handled it as good as they could. The pre-snap penalties is what, we want to take away from those situations. Lining in the backfield also something we can take care of. But for the most part, I thought that was an extremely loud environment which we knew going into. But those are the things you're going to work on throughout the season.
How rare is it as long as the defense have rarity in this thing now, and what are the challenges?
It's an attacking style defense. They're downhill. They're extremely fast. It's a simplistic defense, but it allows them to play extremely fast, and that's what is unique about his defense. And each defense is going to present its problems, and that's why you have to each and every week look at the game plan and see how you can adjust and adapt.
How did you think that Graham filled in when went down, or what does he sort of give you sort of stepping into that group?
Having a veteran like Graham is extremely valuable in this roster. I think he did a good job. It wasn't too big for him. He did it. He stepped in and allowed us to have a chance.
What role do you have when it comes to that 4th and 5 decision? What's your part of that process?
I think that's been addressed long enough. There's no Marty McFly to go back in time or go forward. We're focused on Houston today.
You guys were 0 for 4 in the red zone, 0 for 3 goal to go. How do you maybe go about fixing that this week?
Just overemphasize the situations each and every week. That's something we're going to try to hit, but that's how we're going to go forward.
How do you think operationally it worked? Just obviously first time out there doing it live in a regular season.
I thought, with the amount of plays that we had and the double calls and just handling everything, and I thought it was as smooth as it could be as far as the first game with a new quarterback and new system and a loud environment. So there's a lot of good to build off of in that game, especially with those guys really buying into everything. But I was proud of those guys and how they fought, and we're looking forward to this week.
Coach, I get talked about some of the benefits of going in the shotgun down there near the goal line. What do you see there in terms of how that can open things up?
There's a lot of variation off of that. That's why we, will typically do that or sometimes get under center. There's just a lot of variation down there, and we have things off of it.
Do you consider a short pass the equivalent of a running play? Because the run-to-pass balance looked off. But if you think about how many short passes or how many catches Javonte had, I'm curious how you guys regard that.
You want to try to get the ball in the playmaker's hands however you can. It's not necessarily run-pass balance. It's about what's the defense giving you at that point, and you try to execute and get those assignments done.
What kind of conversations do you have with Coach Wheatley or with the running backs directly when they're losing the ball?
It's just to keep their mind in the game, move on. There's something to learn from it later down the line. Obviously, they know what they did, and you just can't dwell on it because it's just going to carry over.
Just a few more questions.
You haven't seen obviously Russell play in a live situation besides joint practice. What did you make of his ability to sort of operate within the system? And he talked yesterday about sort of feeling like he was in a pretty good rhythm in terms of making the progression that was play to play.
Yeah, it was exciting to see him go through the progressions. Not having to just take off and run, allowing Liv to fight another down situation with the check downs or. Just kind of going through the whole process. He's really grown in that area as far as the progressions.
What did you think of Jerry Jeudy's first game this season, having over 100 yards?
I'll tell you what, I'm really proud of Jerry and how he responded to everything. This offseason, he knew that this was going to be a big one for him, especially losing Tim. So I think he stepped up to the plate, did a really good job for us, and somebody we're going to lean on.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.